So guys, this is going to be a continuation video. We're not going to be ranking every single Fortnite season from scratch. If you're interested in that, pin comment description down below. The link will be there. But today, I am going to be adding upon that list that we were talking about because I already made this tier list talking about the greatest Fortnite seasons of all time. And now that Chapter 6 is concluded, there's a couple things that I would like to change around with my tier list. And I thought it would be a better way to format these videos instead of just building it from scratch after every single chapter. I didn't want to get repetitive over here. So I'm going to intertwine all of the Chapter 6 seasons with this and see if there's anything that I want to move around, you know, with a little bit of self-reflection upon these seasons. There's one thing in particular that I think I was a little bit crazy in my rankings, so that's kind of what this video is going to be about. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with too many YouTube channels. I thought this would be more fun to do instead of just waiting until Chapter X or Chapter 10 in order to start talking about these seasons all the time again, because I like ranking these seasons. Okay, so this was what we left off with Chapter 5. The SS tier being my two favorite seasons of all time, Fortnite Invasion and Season X. The seasons that I didn't play at the bottom, for Season 1, Season 2 of Fortnite, I can't rank those, with unfortunately Absolute Doom being my least favorite season of all time. There's a lot in the S, there's a lot in the SS. There are a couple things before we add the seasons that are not on this list over here. There's a couple things that I wanted to change around. And man, I remember still struggling which seasons, when I was talking about which season's my favorite, Chapter 2, Season 7, or Chapter 1, Season X. And both of them stood out to me. Upon a lot of reflection, and who knows, maybe next time we revisit this topic, I might do it again, I am going to move Invasion down one. I always talk about the season like it's objectively one of the best, you know, with the storyline, with the loot pool, the gameplay flow, things like that. I think that I had more fun in Season X personally because it was at a time where at the time of my life, I was working in an emergency room. I was working 1 p.m. to 11 p.m. just about every day. I got home. I rushed onto Fortnite in that season. I was playing with the same 4 or 5 friends every single night. I couldn't wait to play Fortnite there. While with Invasion, I was still looking forward to playing and having fun with my friends, but it wasn't exactly to the extent for Season X. And on top of that, I think too, the wins over in Season X were so much more rewarding because it was so difficult to win. With all the crazy stuff going there, it still had that, you know, you got all hyped up when you ended up actually getting a victory over in Season X. And I was still thinking about it like, with all of the rift zones, with the storyline updates, with the live event, every single day, there was not a day that went by when I was playing Season X that I had a good time. So I officially want to change my mind, and I do want to say that's my favorite season of all time. If you happen to be new over here to the channel, these are all my opinion, okay? Obviously, a lot of the community would disagree. So, is there anything else that I want to switch over here? It's so difficult to rank all of these things over here in the S tier. But guys, I'm actually going to make a major change over here, okay? Major change. I'm going to drop these seasons over here down over to the A tier because the more that I was sitting and I was thinking about it, I think there is another cutoff. You know how I keep talking about like these two stand out? It's absolutely the SS tier. Nothing else could even compete with it. I think I want to draw a line here as well. I'm going to move Nexus Sport down to the A tier along with Chapter 1 Season 8, along with Fortnite Cubed, along with Chapter 2 Season 3. These are all great seasons, and along with Chapter 1 Season 5 over here. I'm moving all of them down. Because, again, I do think there's a cutoff over here. But, they were still, like, I feel wrong about it being A and not S. That's the weird thing. I almost want to do SSS, SS. Does that make sense? Maybe we'll revisit that, but these are all phenomenal seasons. But I guess by Fortnite standards, there's just some seasons that have separated themselves so much, in my opinion, that I think that's where I want to rank them. I want to move them all down. Lastly, I think I was smoking something when I was talking about Fortnite Wilds. I would like to move Fortnite Wilds up, and I know I'm going to hear about that. I loved that season. The only thing that was really lacking was a storyline. I really enjoyed pretty well the entirety of that season. I'm going to definitely be moving. Oh man, this is so tough because I feel bad that so many of these seasons are so low, but what we have to remember is B is still good. B's a fun time. I just look at these being at the bottom of the list, and I'm like, you know, Fortnite has had that many good seasons that I think that's what you gotta do. But Wilds, I thoroughly enjoyed. I loved the gameplay of Chapter 4. I loved the augments. I loved the weapons. The mammoth pistol, the lever, the explosive repeater rifle was great. I'm somebody who loved the jungle biome. I think we are definitely going to be moving Wilds up, but where are we moving Wilds up? Because there is a lot of very good seasons over here. Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 1 was very underrated in my opinion. But these 2 seasons were really good too, man. Really good. I think I might have liked Wilds better, honestly. Better than the OG days. It feels wrong to put. Chapter 1 Season 4 was better than Chapter 1 Season 3, for sure. Now here's the question. But I liked Fortnite Resistance. I act like this is life or death, but it's so difficult to rank so many of these seasons, man. I'm not going to move any of those up. Now the question is this better? Is Wilds, in my opinion, better than Chapter 1 Season 4? I'm going to go with no, but I'm going to separate it with Chapter 1 Season 4 and Chapter 1 Season 3. I think there is quite a difference between the two. I know I'm going to hear about that in the comment section down below, but you know what? Whatever. Let's get into... I don't think there's anything else that I want to change over here. Yeah, unfortunately, Remix and Chapter 5 are my least favorites, with Wrecked being a little bit better. Okay, we're good. We're good. Let's move on to Chapter 6. Chapter 6 Season 1, I thought was a very good season. A very, very, very good season. I loved the gameplay with the masks. I absolutely loved the map. While I didn't love the map towards the end of Chapter 6, Chapter 6 Season 1 had a great map. It was beautiful. I loved the loot pool. The problem with Chapter 6 is, and I've gone on record saying this, guys, and keep in mind, please, it is all my opinion. The bot issue in Fortnite has never been worse. That made me struggle to enjoy Battle Royale in comparison to a lot of the other seasons. So for Chapter 6 Season 1, it was, the weapons were fun, the storyline was fun, I had a great time playing it. I don't know if I want to put it in the A tier with everything else. This is, you know what? I did enjoy it more than everything else into the A tier. Or the B tier, excuse me. Maybe at the top of B tier, but I'm going to put this one at the bottom of A tier, Chapter 6 Season 1 for now, okay? Let's continue on to Fortnite Lawless. It was just a good season. The robbery vans were fun. I consistently had a good time throughout the entire season, but I didn't like it nearly as much as anything into the A tier. I think this is a solid B tier in my opinion. I'm going to put it below Chapter 1 Season 6 because Vibin is unfortunately one of the worst seasons in a long time for a lot of people. I think that's a good spot for it, to be honest with you. Let's continue on to Galactic Battle. Now, I'm somebody who really enjoyed this season. One of the reasons, and I was talking about this in my other video with the tier list, is that one of the reasons why I enjoyed Mega so much is because of the Force Mythics. I loved it, and while it was nerfed in Galactic Battle, it was a ton of fun to still play. I loved that they returned them all. I loved the exclusively Star Wars loot pool. I enjoyed most of the weapons, and the AI Darth Vader was just so much fun. It makes the season stand out a little bit, in my opinion. I thought it was a very, very good season. But does it stack? But I can't take the one thing that I loved from it, that being the AI Darth Vader, and say, but then again, it was such a short season. It was a good time throughout it, you know? I'm going to put this one at the top of B tier. I really enjoyed this season. Fortnite Super. Man, if the bot issue wasn't as bad as it has been throughout this chapter, guys, this could have gone down as one of the greats. But unfortunately, the bot issue is not nearly as bad. And I know you guys will come back and say, well, like, you have these Chapter 2 seasons up there and these Chapter 3 seasons, Chapter 4 even. The bot issue wasn't as bad, nearly as bad. There were so many games where I played where it was just loot, kill a bot, loot, kill a bot. Oh, it's the end game? Here's a bot. That took away the experience majorly from me. And I know this is going to be an unpopular opinion, guys, but I'm going to put this one into the C tier. I enjoyed everything in the B tier more than I did Fortnite Super. I'm putting this one at the top of C tier. Keep in mind, I do not believe Fortnite has had a bad season. C is just, it was an okay season. Every season that I played, I still enjoyed myself. That is extremely important to note. So I'm not saying in any way that it's a bad season. Fortnite Shock and Awesome. This is where it picked up a little bit. Throughout this season, I feel like the bot issue got a little bit better. And it mattered for me, man. It mattered a lot. And I forgot to mention with Chapter 6 Season 1 too, the Godzilla update was great too. Loved playing with that entire thing. I just thought of the Megazord, that's why. I really liked the bug invasion. I liked it a lot at the beginning. But as the nerfs came about with all the stuff that they were releasing, like we had some fun weapons, we had some unique weapons, we had some fun POIs. I loved the infestation. The story was okay. I had a good time throughout it. But I don't want to say that it dragged. I didn't like the updates that came along with it throughout the entire season. I didn't like when the bugs ended up just taking off. I understood that they were running from something, but that sacrificed a little bit of my enjoyment, in my opinion. Shock and Awesome was okay. It could be better. I'm going to put this one, I'm going to put it in the C tier as well. I'm going to put it right with Super, but I liked it a little bit more than Super. I'm going to put it at the top right there, okay? Fortnite Simpsons. Here's the thing. Do I include Fortnite Delulu with this? Because Delulu was on, and that just made me enjoy it. And I know Delulu was in Shock and Awesome too, but I don't know if that's something that I should take into consideration. It still was part of the Battle Royale experience. I was playing it, you know, it's on the map, it's the BR. I don't know. I'm probably going to take it into consideration. I like the fact that it was a quick season. It was a 1-month season. I enjoyed the story throughout the entire thing. The bot issue was much, much better. I loved the little contested map. We ran into fights a lot more. The gameplay was a lot stronger. The problem is, I'm not really a Simpsons fan, but I enjoyed the gameplay throughout it. Consistently. I liked that it came, and I liked that it took off. It had a banger of a live event. I think it's a good season. I think it's a well-done season. Now, do I like it more than Lawless? Absolutely, I do. But do I like it more than Chapter 1, Season 6? I'm going to go with no. So that's where I'm going to put Fortnite Simpsons. I'm going to put it right ahead of Lawless. I can't believe that we had a Simpsons season out of everything. Now, guys, unfortunately, it's way too early to talk about Chapter 7, Season 1. Depending on when you're coming to this video, it's been out for like 2 weeks. But so far, so good. I love the map. The loot pool could be better. It's a little bland in my opinion, but the story is a banger. I've been having some fun fights throughout it. Yes, we've run into bots, but so far at the beginning of the season, I've been running into enough good people where I don't want to complain about it. I think it's great so far. I'm having a very, very, very fun experience with it. This is tough because, again, it's too early. And I could just be like, it could just be experiencing the new map that's making me like really, really glaze this season right now. So this is something that we're absolutely going to play with, but as it stands, I think that I like it more than Chapter 6 Season 1. That's where I'm going to put it over into the A tier. It is extremely, extremely important to note. C tier is not bad season. It does not mean the season's bad. It's just okay. Unfortunately, the bot issue throughout the entirety of Chapter 6 was hindering my enjoyment of it a little bit. I know we had a couple things that we ended up moving around. We had a major movement over in the S tier. The more that I sat on it, the more that I thought those seasons in the S tier stood out in comparison to the seasons over into the A tier. This is my official season ranking for every single season in Fortnite as of Chapter 7 Season 1. And again, if you guys want to hear my reasoning for every other season, check out this video on screen right here, the original. I'd love to have you over there. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Take care, guys.